So here we are going to look at what happens when we're going to try and solve an equation where there are brackets involved. Okay, and so for these ones, rather than trying to write everything down for every step, I'm going to instead try and talk you through what it is to go from one line to the next. Okay, so I'm going to take this video a little bit slower if we are struggling a wee bit. So before we become a little bit more efficient with our algebra, we are going to multiply out the brackets. Okay, so whenever we are seeing equations with brackets, such as one like this, we are first going to multiply out the brackets as our first step. Okay, now depending on what the question is, there are sometimes shortcuts. For this one in particular, there is a quicker way that we could perhaps do it, but we're going to come back and cover that when we do our algebra in a little bit more detail later on. Okay, so just now we're looking for a way that works regardless of what's happening, and a way that that will happen is by multiplying out the brackets. So my first step here is to multiply out those brackets. So remember in here that this 2 bracket x plus 3 means 2 lots of x plus 3, which is the same as 2 lots of x plus 2 lots of 3. So when I multiply that out, I get 2 lots of x plus 6 equals 12. After that, I'm going to solve my equation just like I have been doing before. So I want the letter bit on its own, but I don't just now. I've got this plus 6 bit attached, so I need to find the opposite of adding 6, which is subtracting 6. I'm going to take away 6 from both sides, and that leaves me with 2x equals 6. I don't want 2 lots of x, I just want 1, so I need to find the opposite of multiplying by 2, dividing by 2, and I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So here, x is equal to 3. Okay, so again, once we've multiplied out our brackets, we're going to follow the same steps as we have done before. Okay, so we're not going to look at the steps in too much detail here. What we're really interested in is making sure we can multiply out the brackets correctly and then follow the processes. So if we're not sure about the steps and how we go about solving the equations, then we need to go back and watch the other video again. So 3 lots of 4x minus 8 equals 36. So first step, we're going to multiply the brackets. So I've got 3 lots of 4x minus 8 is going to give me 12x minus 24. Okay, so again, 3 lots of 4x minus 3 lots of 8. So 3 times 4x minus 3 times 8, and again that's equal to 36. After that, I'm going to get rid of the numbery bit, so the opposite of subtracting 24, it's adding 24, so I'm going to add 24 to both sides, and so I've got 12x is equal to 60. I don't want 12 lots of x, so I need to do the opposite of multiplying by 12. I'm going to divide both sides by 12. And so that means then 60 divided by 12 is 5, and so x then is equal to 5. As a second example then, let's look at this. We've got 11 lots of 2x minus 3 is equal to 15x plus 2. So here it's a little bit different in that I've got an extra variable on the right hand side as well. First step, still exactly the same. I'm going to multiply out my brackets first. So I've got 11 lots of 2x minus 3, so that's going to give me 22x minus 33 is equal to 15x plus 2. So the thing on the right hand side hasn't changed yet. What I want to do though is I want to get it so that I've only got the variable on the left, I've got my lettery bit on the left, and I've got my constant, my number bit on the right. So I'm going to subtract 15x from both sides. Okay, so 22x minus 15x, that's going to leave me with 7x on the left hand side. And for the more able of us, in one fell swoop, we're going to add on 33 to both sides. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of that 33, that minus 33 that appears on the left. So in one line, we're going to subtract both 15x and we're going to add 33. So that's going to leave me with 7x equals 35. So you can still take that in 2 steps if you want to. Okay, so you might not be happy with that big jump yet. We're multiplying by 7. So I've got x to 7x. I don't want 7 lots of them, I just want x. So I need to divide both sides by 7. Once again, I find that x here was equal to 5. And finally, one last one. We've got 2 lots of x plus 4 minus x minus 6 equals 11. So the first thing I need to do is multiply the brackets. And again, it's only two lots of x plus 4. Okay, that's where my brackets stop. That's where my multiplying stops. So when I multiply it out, I get 2x plus 8, and then the rest just as it was. So minus x minus 6 equals 11. So before we go and tidy it up, before we go and try and solve it, we're going to sort out the thing on the left-hand side. So I've got 2x and then minus another x. That's going to just leave me with x. And I've got a plus 8 minus 6 leaves me with plus 2. So on the left-hand side, once we've sorted through that, we've collected our like terms, we end up there with just x plus 2 equals 11. So before we try and solve it, we should always be collecting our like terms so that we've got as few things in our equation as possible. What I want to do is I want to get rid of that plus 2 that's there. I want to get rid of the number bit. So we're thinking about what the opposite of adding 2 is. It's subtracting 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And so that leaves me then with x equals 9.